I'm at the world famous Gearhead Junction in beautiful Pembroke, Virginia. Wonderful riding day, and today is going to be awesome. I'm about to go test ride the Moto Morini Vettore 450. People say it's very similar to the CF Moto Ibex 450. I'll tell you how it kind of compares to what, like a Royal Enfield 450. Let's go get a walk around. Fit and finish and the look and feel of this bike have a premium feel to it. Comes with some plates, some mounting hardware for panniers, pannier racks. It definitely has a look and feel that's different than, I say, what's out there right now. 21-inch front tire. Some 50/50s on there. Skid plate. Is it full? It looks like it's a full skid plate. Blockbusters. Integrated turn signals. Wind Pro. Look at the lights on this thing, is pretty wicked. That's kind of cool. It has some integrated tank protection where you can tie a strap down. Has an LCD TFT, I believe, actually. Vettore 450, also called the Altrike. You can see it's different colors. Pretty cool. Hand controls, everything looks really premium on it. And I'll say the fit and finish look very, very good, what I've seen on a lot of Moto Morinis. I am 5'9.5", 5'9", and I'll tell you my riding position does have a center stand in case you didn't notice. So it sits down pretty low. You can see there's my riding position as I'm riding. The stand-up feels pretty good. There's a pretty narrow foot pegs, I'll say. We'll get more of a full ride review, but I just want to give you this is what I look like on the bike. And my knees are bent a little more than I thought. It feels like a comfy seat, pretty springy. And handlebars seem nice and wide and pretty set up nicely for my frame. I have, like I said, 30-inch inseam. I'll put it on a side stand here so you can see what it looks like to get on and off the bike. I always love to have a center stand on an adventure touring machine. There we go. Let's go ahead and put it on the side stand. All right. Easy to throw a leg on. Yeah, I can almost flat foot. I don't have any riding boots on right now, but it feels pretty well damped. Solid bike there. And not extremely heavy side to side, but it does feel like a lot of physical mass up on the front here. So let's go throw a helmet on. Let's go throw a chest plate and some gloves on and go for a ride, and I'll tell you what it feels like. All right, there we go. The Vettore 450, I might have called it the Altrike, but it is a Vettore 450 in the United States, I guess. The Altrike didn't sound good, I'm guessing, on the name. So I think it's a pretty looking motorcycle, some great features, some great fit and finish. So I'm going to throw a leg over. Oh, let's get a sound check first of all, shall we? Sounds pretty mild. Ooh, it does sound kind of neat, that parallel twin. All right. Seems to rev really fast. I like that. So let's throw a leg over, see how she feels. Very light clutch pull. And I'm sitting very, my butt to thighs are pretty tight. Let's go do a little hill jump, shall we? I mean, why not, right? So easy. Man, that was controllable beyond compare. Oh, I can tell you right now, this motor I like. It's just so tractable. I was not expecting it to be that smooth. Just head down these little embankments. Yeehaw. All right, much steeper than they look. All right, so that was the quick jump. Very smooth. This motor feels very smooth. And back again. Yes! Woohoo! Man, it is very good throttle response. Just even low speed. So I like that. The great throttle response, low speed. Let's go down my little gravel road here. Really easy. The suspension's eating it up. It does not have a pop of, and I'm going in thick grass here, it doesn't have a pop of torque, but it's very smooth. And man, this is super low, it feels. Oh, there's traction control, which I don't like. Yes! Yeehaw! Alright, so I gotta figure out how to turn this traction control off, because I do not like that in the main dial. Whatever. Alright, we'll just go. I can tell you, it feels very smooth. I'm just surprised initially how smooth this bike feels. So let's go do a little bit more on-road section here, shall we? So it is not a bunch of speed. It's smooth, but not a ton of top-end rush. The brakes feel somewhat decent. Got to adjust this mirror. Oh, the mirror's a little loose, that's why. All right. So sporty, it feels very, very solid for a motorcycle. Like, this bike is extremely solid. Okay, pup, sorry, watch out. Woo-wee. That pup's, I guess, did not like me, or did not like motorcycles. It is very stable, and grabbing the brakes, there's a big brake pull, but it's very solid. The rear brake, I'm not a huge fan of. It feels very, you have to push down a lot to get there. So I am digging on this machine. All right, I'm going to turn around right here, actually. Yeah, very easy to turn around. So if I had to say where the power is, it feels actually down low and smooth. Even though it's a parallel twin, it feels like it's down low to mid-range is where the power is. I'm gonna try and sneak past this dog so it doesn't chase after me. What do you guys say? Think I'll get it? Can figure it out. I can get in really low in the corners on this one, on the street. Yeah, it is more street bias tires, I think. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go so the dog won't chase after me. All right, let's go. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Yep, I got you, dog. All right. All right. So, right off the bat, what I noticed is just how smooth this parallel twin is. I think it's about 40 horse. I'll get all the specs and I'll put that on the screen and let you know it there. But that's not what's most impressing me right now. What's impressing me is just how stable and smooth this chassis feels. Yeah, this power is down low to mid. That's where the power is on this bike. The wind protection. I'm in 6th gear, 6 miles an hour. The wind protection is decent. Yeah, it does a decent job. It definitely gravitates more towards stability over agility on this bike, on this chassis, which was good for long highway cruising. I want to say, you know, kind of beginner riders too. But definitely, the brakes feel good, very responsive and grippy, but you do have to kind of hold them tightly. That first pull is very, very tight, or a lot of pressure. Yeah, I mean, so I just, I mean, the wheel will lift easy, but traction control is making it so, yeah, it just cuts out. I would love to turn the traction control off because, yeah. It's not the absolute speed demon on the top end, but it has its power low and smooth. There we go. I like it. All right. Oh, hi, dear. It's wildlife means I got to be careful. The good news is these binders are solid. The chassis is super stable and smooth to bend in. Man, it makes me feel like a better rider than I really am. And I can tell you, just going over the bumps, because there's power and because it's so responsive, you can manipulate the front tire to go just when you want instead of having to guess a little bit. Shifter is very smooth, both in the clutch pull and in the shift feel with your foot. So this bike is a great price. I'm going to tell you what the price is. I'll put that on the screen and I'll let you know that, you know, I think for what you're getting, it's a really good value. Woo-wee. Here we go. And we get some dirt. How does it feel on the gravel? I'm not standing up. It just feels really nice. Yeah. Whew. Feels like you can fly over the gravel a little bit. Some good feel, even though these aren't super knobby tires. Now, check this out. Yeah, you can totally slide the rear out. Very controllable. Not having to put a foot down or worry about it. Wow, beautiful out. Yeah, so the traction control is ruining a little bit of the fun for me. I would love to figure out how to turn that off. Let's see. And I need to figure out this mirror system here. I might have to go figure it because it is being wonky here. Probably is a toolkit under the seat there. But all right, so going downhill, anti-lock is just letting it slide. I would like to drag it, so I'd love to be able to figure out how to turn anti-lock off, but I don't know. So bottom line, it's very controllable on a fire road, dirt road. I'm not going to do any single track or anything like that because I'm just going for a spin, but I think this feels very competent. Smooth enough power, feels very well dampened, very well suspended, that I think just going over some of the bumps, you can use that throttle to do that really nicely. There you go. It does have protection skid plate and stuff like that. Cook a little too fast, hit the brakes, it's fine. Yeah, feels good. These wide handlebars feel good. And some big bumps. It's a little stiff. It's okay. And it's just smoother acceleration than you expect. Allows you more nose control and more throttle control. All right, so let's see what we can do. Get back on tarmac here. Yeah, it's just easy to pull. Man, you could pull some really nice wheelies on this, but I can't because I don't know how to turn the traction control off. I don't know if there's cruise control. I don't see a cruise control. That would be nice. I don't feel much, but I don't feel tons of vibration. A tiny bit of vibration in the foot pegs, but almost none. So I, even dropping down to more reasonable miles per hour, I don't feel vibration. I think this is a hit. I think it's a big hit. I would probably have to ride a Himalayan back to back to back. The Himalayan has that torquey single motor that's a lot of fun to feel. This doesn't have the torquiness of that Himalayan motor, and I think that Himalayan feels faster, in all honesty. I really think it does. But what this does, it does have some smoother build of power. And for me, the Himalayan did have some vibes on there that I'm not getting on this bike. So this bike definitely has some advantages over the Himalayan. I think it's comfortable. I think the Himalayan might be a scotch more comfortable ergonomically for me. All those things are easy to adjust, but you're in the ballpark, right? You are definitely in the ballpark. The brakes are, I'd say, a little bit more good feeling than the Himalayan, but the Himalayan has a better initial bite. The back brake on the Himalayan, I think, is a little bit better than the back brake on this. Colored TFTs is pretty good. I need to figure out how to do everything, but let's give my final walk around and thoughts to this bike and who I think it's for and if I'd buy it. There it is. The Moto Morini Vettore 450. Again, first of all, huge shout out to Gearhead Junction for letting me test ride this. They're having a big no-name adventure rally. You got to check them out, Pembroke, Virginia. I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, so I was very impressed with the smoothness of the motor, the very non-vibration-y, and the suspension felt very, very good. Feels like you could do some great jumping with it because it's so smooth on the throttle. You can really adjust that nose to get over things that you want. I love all the racks, back racks, hand guards. TFT seemed decent. I need to get more familiar. Wind protection seemed good. I think the style hits really nicely, really good, and it is liquid cooled. If I didn't mention that, I think about 40 horse. Again, I'll put the numbers on the screen. Would I take this over a Himalayan? I don't know. I think you got to try both, honestly. They're both really good bikes. Would I take it over a CF Moto 450? And the answer to that is yes, I would. I like how this looks better. I just like how it looks better. I haven't ridden the CF Moto 450, but I like how this looks better. I like the feel of the motor of the 450 Himalayan, but I like the smoothness to go over things on this twin cylinder. So we'll get that mirror adjusted because that's not how it's supposed to look. Guys, please like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon channel and my YouTube members only channel. I do some special unique things such as movies, unique videos, and it helps me bring this type of content to you. But more than anything, again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next episode.